All right, well, good afternoon, everybody. Today is May 25th. Thanks for everybody that's been watching the videos. Before I get into this, and I forget at the end, please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. We're up to 65. We're aiming for 100 subscribers, so we're hoping. So we're at the woods today, and what we're going to be doing is we have some lateral lines that run across the driveway. So this property belongs to my aunt, and there's a lateral line right here, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but right up, let me see, right up there is another one. So we're going to do basically the same thing for both of them. What we have here is some different parts. These are these are connectors, and so the tubing will come in on each end, and somewhere here in the middle is where we're going to have these, but it's a twist lock. Oop. Hang on one second. So these are a twist lock, and they just come apart. So what we'll be able to do once we anchor each end of this to a tree on either side of the driveway is take this lateral line apart during the summer so we can have access to the rest of the woods, the back part with a vehicle. Couple reasons for that. So we got some dead trees we got to take out of here this summer, and if my aunt or my cousins want to use the property, we want to make it accessible for them without having to worry about ducking under lines. Problem with these is we can't have tension on them. So with the lateral line tight like this and pulling, it'll mess up the seal in here, and the black flies are out. We should have done this a couple weeks ago. But anyway, so we can't have tension on this. So we're going to have to anchor it on either side of the driveway, and we'll kind of show you what we did when we're done. Okay, well, I think we got this done, and we're not going to know until we actually put vacuum to it to figure out if it's going to leak or not. But here's what we did. So we got our main line down that way to my left. So we got our main line down there. So our lateral comes off the main line to here. This is where it crossed the driveway. So what we did was we cut the line on the other side of this tree, and I'll show you that in a second, but we put an end hook here. So we have an end hook here, and then we come around to the other side of the tree, and you see this green T. So this is a dead end. So from here around to the hook is dead, and going down to the other side of the driveway is open, and also around this side of the tree down to the main line is open. So as we come across the driveway, we come over to this side. So now our lateral line continues to run off over that way. We got 4 or 5 trees on it over there. So what we did is on this tree, and this is a maple that we tapped. So here's our drop for the tree. So again, we came around the tree, put an end hook, and then cut in. This is obviously it's a red T. This end of the T is dead. This end is live. So you got your sap's going to be coming around here through, and then through the lateral line back across the driveway to the main line. And here is where our connector is. So so what we decided to do here is, so we cut this in, and this will just unlock like this, and then we're going to coil it up on the other side of the driveway there. So what we're going to do, we figured during the season, to make sure there is no tension on this. You can see I got 2 zip ties here. So what we'll do is we'll tighten these zip ties down on the line, on the lateral, and then we'll take a 3rd zip tie and pull this tight so it takes any tension off of this joint. So that's what our plan is. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave these zip ties here on the line, just tight enough where we can still get another zip tie underneath it, and I think just pulling on it, it should cock enough. And if we got to spend a few cents on a zip tie every year, that's what we're going to do. So now that we're here done for the summer, we're gonna leave this. I'm not sure how we're gonna do this. We don't want squirrels to chew on it, but we'll figure that part out. This side, we're just gonna coil up here, and we will tie it up on the other side of the driveway till the time comes. And I got a wire tie in the bag there, and I'll just wire tie it here, so now the driveway's open. So if anybody's got any better ideas, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Megan's off through the woods here somewhere, putting up all our spouts, so we're ready for next fall, so we can vacuum check in the fall. I'll show you the way she's doing that. It was a video I saw on YouTube myself, Dan Crocker. I saw him speak at the Lake Erie Maple Expo last fall. He's got a lot of really good information, a lot of tricks and tips that you wouldn't think about. So he's one of those high vacuum guys, and they're nuts about their vacuums. So it's something that we're striving for, is to have that high vacuum and help with our production. So if you give me just a minute, I'm going to tie this up and I'll show you what he does with his drops. Okay, so what we did over here, we did a little something different. We didn't end up putting one of the couplers in. There's only one tree on the other side of the driveway that has a tap in it. So what we ended up doing, we figured it'd be easier, instead of screwing around with the coupler and anchoring it on both ends and what have you. We anchored it here. It's not as tight as I'd like it, but it'll do for now. When I come back, what I'm going to do is I'll cut this loop that goes around the tree as the anchor. I'll cut that and put it on the T again, so it's shorter. And what that'll do is it'll tighten everything up this way. So what we did is we just took the whole lateral down all the way to the tree on the other side. You can see there's the end hook and the drop from the tree on the other side. So we'll just coil it up and leave it like this. And like I said, when I have a chance, I'll come back and cut, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 inches out of this line and tighten it up. You can see it's still kind of, it's okay over to the main line, but I mean, it needs to be a lot tighter. So we'll get that figured out down the road a little bit, but this will do for now, and it'll give them access for the summer. So and I'll show you how we put up those the drops. Like I said, video Nate Bissell did was with Dan Crocker, and he was tying up his or putting up his drops for the summer, and it looked like a good idea. And as you can see over, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. That one over there is done already. That one's facing up. So basically what you do is you just loop it around the line and back onto itself, so the squirrels don't have easy access to it. Where's that other one? There's another one over there. And another thing Dan pointed out in his video, or Nate's video, was you can just look through the woods and see to make sure all the lines are upright, or all the drops are up and nothing's hanging. So it'll help when we come back to leak check in the fall. So Megan is our unwilling worker here. She doesn't like being recorded, but that's okay. So she's going to show us how to put how she put all these up. So go ahead. So what you do is you go over and then kind of under, and what that does is it keeps the loop away from the tree. As the squirrels come up the tree, if this loop is leaning on the tree, they're more likely to chew it. If it's hanging way out here, hopefully they leave it alone. So we got one more down here, and this one's kind of an oddball because it's the way the T is cut in, it's kind of facing the tree. So she's just going to put that one on like you normally would, and that stays away from the tree that way. So that's it. And like I said, happy Memorial Day to everybody, and again, thank you to those who have served and sacrificed for our country. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.